Good morning, my dear students. I hope you are safe and secure at home. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome back to our Geography online class, 11th lesson Sustainable Development with Equity. In the previous part of the lesson, you have discussed about the GDP, Gross Domestic Product, HDI, Human Development Index, and how the economists have their criticism against the GDP. Now, before we are going to the development, let us see environment and development. Environment. What is the environment? Let us see. Environment means one place or one region which is surrounded to us is called environment. In the environment, how is the development? In the environment, how is the development? Environment and development. Here we are moving with a view that from the environment. View how is the development done? How is the development going on? It is a going on a processful. Is it good or bad? Or like negative impacts or positive impacts. So let us see how without having environment support we can't do anything. For example, let us see the primary occupations. In the primary sector activities, agriculture, mining, quarrying, and in the manufacturing and energy sectors. So, what is the primary sector activities? How many sectors do we have? So we have three sectors: primary sector, secondary sector, and service sector. Now in the primary sector, most of the things depend on environment. So let us see here. Primary sector depends. We are covering agriculture, mining, quarrying, and fishing and other activities. So agriculture, where do we do in the environment? In the land. Mining activities, mining, digging on the land. So quarrying, breaking the hills on the land. Fishing on the land, water bodies. So these all are interlinking to the development. Who are doing all these things? Human beings doing all these things. So environment is not there means no development. So the potential of an environment to provide these resources is referred to an environment source function. So this function is depleted as resources are consumed or pollution contaminated the resources. So there is another function that the environment provides. It is to observe and render harmless the waste and pollution from various activities. So the sink function describes an environment's ability to observe and render harmless waste and pollutions. So source function, environment source functions means the potential of an environment to provide the natural resources is referred to as an environment source function. Sink function means the ability of environment to observe and render harmless waste and pollution is called sink function. Environment and development. So coming to the environment and development, we have discussed various aspects which are relating to the development. Now let us see into the facts that what is happening at the groundwater level. Let us see the two examples. Let us take a farmer of a region where it is having a water problem. As per the traditional practices, The lifting of water was limited to supplemental irrigation or for a small area. For example, with Motabavi, only 2 to 3 acres can be irrigated. Agriculture was limited to rainy season and a large area was rain-fed drylands. Over the time, with new energy resources, pump sets that work with petrol and diesel and electricity came into pictures. The impact has to be seen in two phases. Initially, there was relief from drudgery. Lifting of water became very easy with pumps. Water was also available in plenty. Open wells had water at 10 to 15 feet deep. Outmost 100 feet depth, however, with the lifting of groundwater by electric and motor pumps, water table started going down. So, that is, some areas groundwater is being drawn from a few hundreds feet depth. After all, the water has to go down to the underground it to be lifted up. This is called recharge. So, recent data on status of groundwater resources in India. The groundwater is under serious threat of overuse in many parts of the country. Nearly 1/3 of the country is pumping out more groundwater than what goes as recharge. About 300 districts have reported a water level decline of over 4 meters during the past 20 years. So, overuse of groundwater implies that the stock of groundwater is depleting. The groundwater has been falling to lower levels very rapidly. So, this pattern of development is in direct contrast what is sustainable developments. Sustainable development stands for sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Next we have one more example is pesticides are an important component of modern agriculture practices and are used to protect the crops from pests so that the yield is high. Environmentalists realized a long time ago that the use of pesticides have adverse impact on the environment. In the year 1962, Rachel Carson wrote in the book Silent Spring about the impact of spraying DDT for mosquitoes, control on birds and human beings. So, substances like heavy metal contained in pesticides do not decompose from the environment but instead accumulate inside living organisms. So, the poison in DDT gets deposits in the body of the fishes in the lakes where the water contained DDT flows. The poison is too small in quantity but to kill the fishes. If one bird eats several fishes, the combined dose of the chemical inside the fishes is lethal enough for the birds. Rachel Carson also showed that insects like mosquitoes quickly developed resistance. But a clear example of how human action destroys nature and human beings themselves. So, what would be the effect of Indians doing this kind of things? Are the Indians doing something wrong? According to Rachel Carson, it is wrong. What is the wrong these Indians doing? Now discuss. So, sustainable development, we have seen we have some issues like people. We have discussed about the people. A real incident happened in our country during 1994. One famous personality who is the central minister till 2014 recently, I think you all know his name is Mr. Digvijay Singh. He was the CM of Madhya Pradesh. He is a well known person who started a major initiative to develop the region of Madhya Pradesh. In the Madhya Pradesh region, most of the land covered with forest land. In the forest land, we have tribal community people. Now, Mr. Digvijay Singh came with a concept like Sarovar Dam. What is the river of the river dam planned? The river name is Narmada, which is flowing through regions of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. In this process of building a dam, generally if we want build a dam when it is a large place of land, nobody should live there. If anybody living there should be removed from there, should be displaced from there. So, when he does this, nearly 3,000 villages are going to displace. Many of the people, tribal community people, this community people having very close affection to the forest. So, the tribal people are deeply connected to the local environment. The local environment is nature, God for tribes. The tribal people grow the crops like basra, jowar, maize, etc. using forest land. The forest is a money lender and banker for tribal people. So they make all necessary agriculture tools like plow, hoe, basket from the forest wood. Next, the environment. The nature is God for tribes. All their culture festivals are connected to Mother Nature. The mountains, the rivers, the trees are also gods for them. Tribal people live in huts in natural environment, sharing of joy and sorrow of all their community. Now, Digvijay Singh came up with the project. Nearly 3,000 villages are going to disappear from the Indian map. So, completely people dissatisfied and they advise freely you go and stay Gujarat. These people wrote a serious letter to Digvijay Singh. What are benefits are? What are the bonding to the forest? Here we are producing as per our requirements. In Gujarat, we have as per choice, they are producing only wheat, rice or cotton crop, which are more useful for selling, not intake for us. They wrote a serious letter asking the questions of the dam. So, do really people have to right the environment? Do really tribal people have right on the forest land where trees belonging to, from where they are staying generation to generation? Are they really having all these things? Literally, no. The residents to Sardar Sarovar and other dams with similar consequence in the Narmada Valley has taken the form of social movement. It is called Narmada Bachao Andolan. We have another important environmental movement is the Chipko movement. We started in the nearly 1970s in the Garhwal Himalayas of Uttarakhand by Sundarlal Bahuguna. Like the tribal people of Narmada Valley, the forests are a critical resources for the subsistence of people in hilly and mountains areas. This is both because of their direct provisions of food, fuel and fodder, and because of their role in stabilizing soil and water resources. As these forests were being increasingly felled for commerce and industry, villagers sought to protect their livelihood through non-violent resistance. The name of the movement comes from the word chipko, means embrace. The villagers hugged the trees, saving them by interposing their bodies between them and the contractor's access. Village women were the main force of this movement. It inspired many people to look closely at the issue of environment sustainability. So, the Chipko movement acted to prevent the cutting of forest trees and reclaim their traditional forest rights that were threatened by contractors. Narmada Bachao Andolan has stood for the rights of the people over land, forest and river. Next topic, towards sustainable development with equity. We are already experienced the negative consequence of rapid economic growth on several fronts. The problem of groundwater and pesticides being two stark examples. We have several thousands of communities living off the environment. To destroy the environment means to destroy these communities. Yes, it is unjust to ask the poor people to bear the cost of development. So, environment refers to all the conditions and influences surrounding and affecting our existence and developments. Because of green revolution, there is high uses of chemicals and pesticides. It made the soil infertile and barren. Overuses by groundwater also leads to serious problems. Mining, construction of dams, deforestation affect the lives of many people. Various animals and birds' life will be disturbed. Some rare birds and animals will be extinct. Source of living tribals will be affected. So, the valuable medicinal knowledge from shrubs, plants won't be available to the future generation also. So, there will be bioloss. So, we must protect the environment at any cost. Now, many states have realized that the need and potential of organic farming. Local level initiative have influenced state policy. The Sikkim government has taken the bold step to ban chemical fertilizers and pesticides. It is the first state in India that is planning to shift completely to organic farming by 2015. Uttarakhand too is followed the some path of being 100% organic state. So another very interesting intervention on sustainable food production and its equable distribution is the alternative public distribution system initiated by community groups in Jahirabad area of Telangana. So in Jahirabad, alternative public distribution system initiative at Jahirabad Mandal in Telangana state, women of Jahirabad Mandal in Telangana state begin to reflect on the loss of local food cultures. Rice is nutritionally inferior to millets. Next, villagers collectively decided to grow millets in the fallow land and the commons. The community started a grain bank operated on the principles of the PDS system. Cultivation of dry lands gave people work and instead of the grains traveling hundreds of kilometers, locally produced food is now available to ensure food security in the village. So, we noted that modern development has accentuated the problems of environmental destruction. This is today felt in many ways and quite starkly. From development centered on growth of goods and services, the goal has to shift towards sustainable development with equity. Everyone has a role to play in this transformation. Individuals, companies, farmers, governments, courts, voluntary and community organizations and international organizations. Also, everyone has a role to play in this transformation. Okay, children, I hope you all understood the topic sustainable development with equity. Thank you.